Greetings, I'm Tim of Govberg, and welcome to an instruction on the usage, care, and maintenance of your Glashutte Original SeaQ dive watch. First, take note there are two subsidiary setting modes that allow you to precisely synchronize to a reference. The first is known as stop seconds or hacking. Screw the crown out, it will pop from its threaded stem tube, and from that first position, pull out two positions. This will stop or hack the movement. Stop the seconds hand directly at the index at 12, and then seek an accurate reference time, such as an online atomic clock set to your time zone. Now, let's say it is currently 4:04 where I am. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop that seconds hand, I'm going to set the correct hour, and then I'm going to set the watch to the next nearest minute. I will wait for my reference time to catch up with the time I've set to the second, so hour, minute, and second are all synchronized, and then push the crown back in the second the reference time matches the time I've set. By hacking the watch and setting to the next nearest second, I've synchronized to a reference time. There is a subsidiary setting mode once you've pushed the crown back in from hacking or stop seconds. We'll demonstrate once more. Push the crown all the way back in, and now pull the crown out one stop. This is the quick set date mode. And it's important that you never use the quick set date between the hours of 8 p.m. and 2 a.m., as this is the period during which the watch is automatically transitioning from the prior date to the succeeding date, and attempting to use the quick set between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. can damage the timepiece. Therefore, always advance through the date change if you're not sure, and make sure you're outside the span from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. before using the date quick set. Now, the date quick set, as you can see, by pulling the crown out one position and then turning counterclockwise, allows you to rapidly set the date should the watch run down or encounter an irregular length month. It's important to note that when you push the crown back to that first position, which is threaded out but not in a setting position, you can wind the watch. 30 to 40 turns will be sufficient to start the watch and energize the mainspring barrel, but if you wish to fully energize this watch by manually winding up to its maximum rated power reserve of approximately 40 hours, you can do so. As a cue, listen for a subtle tick or click from within the watch that reveals the bridle-style mainspring has slipped and the watch is now fully wound. Thanks to that slipping mainspring, you cannot accidentally overwind this watch. When you are finished setting, remember to apply slight pressure and in a clockwise direction turn the crown to replace it to its static position. This is its secure position where it should be when not being used for setting or winding. Now, the watch is equipped with a bracelet that includes full sizable links. As you can see, every individual link is removable. Consult your Glashutte Original product manual for the proper sizing procedure, as each individual link on both sides of the bracelet can be removed to find the perfect fit. There is a twin trigger actuated deployant clasp or folding clasp, press both triggers to open it, that offers you additional sizing flexibility, as it contains an internal push button slider. Press the logo externally, and then you have incremental adjustment, which allows you to fine tune or even pull the clasp open over a dive suit. Now, this is excellent if, for example, one link or even the half link that's included is either too much or too little sizing to fit securely. Close the clasp, listen for the snick or the click, and it is secure. Now, it's important to note this watch features a timing instrument in the form of a unidirectional rotating dive bezel, which has a luminescent triangular index, and it has a ceramic insert, so the ceramic, along with the sapphire of the crystal, highly scratch resistant. Turn the diving bezel and align the triangular index with the broad arrow style minute hand. Now, note, I cannot turn the bezel in a clockwise direction. It is a diving bezel. In other words, it prevents you from accidentally extending your dive. You can only accidentally shorten the dive and not risk running out of oxygen, for example. That is the function of the dive bezel. You simply read the scale as it's printed and calibrated all the way up from 0 minutes to 60. Now, the timepiece faces three principal hazards in day-to-day life, which comprise water, magnetism, and shock. No watch on a leather band is ever water resistant. While this watch is fitted with a factory steel bracelet, which is water resistant, there are leather options, so be sure that leather, a natural and porous material, is never submerged if you have your watch so equipped. It's also important to remember that you can help avoid accidental drowning. Keep that crown threaded down, as by accident, you can attempt to wind the watch or set the watch, not just while submerged, but while the watch is simply wet and there's water on the case, with the result that you would bypass the seals of the timepiece and introduce water to the interior of the watch, with devastating greenhouse effects that will cause expensive cosmetic and mechanical damage. So keep that crown threaded down even when there's just water on the watch. It's also important to note that unlike mechanical specifications, water resistance is not a static feature of your watch, and over time, as seals age and lubricants degrade, your watch will be relatively less water resistant than when you first purchase it. As a result, Glashutte Original recommends on an annual basis having your watch dry water tested at a factory authorized service center or dealer. This can be done quickly and easily, and it is cheap peace of mind and insurance. Magnetism is an insidious threat to your watch in that it is unseen. A magnetized watch features magnetic effects on the ferrous hairspring of the movement that are lingering. The heartbeat of your watch is permanently changed. A magnetized watch may run very quickly or very slowly, but irregular operation subsequent to magnetic exposure is the hallmark of this condition. It's best to keep the watch remote from powerful static magnets such as the closures of wallets, purses, or refrigerator doors, and it's important to stay away from high-powered speakers, subwoofers, home electronics, office equipment, and even powerful electromagnets such as particle accelerators, don't laugh, I've seen it happen, and magnetic resonance imaging equipment. If your watch becomes magnetized or you suspect it has become magnetized, take it to a Glashutte Original factory service center or dealer where specialized equipment is available to quickly and easily demagnetize. Now, the watch is also subject to damage or timing deviation due to shock or concussion. This can have more permanent effects such as damaging or stopping your movement relative to, for example, magnetism. So avoid concussive sports such as batting, tennis, golf, or firearms marksmanship while using your watch. Moreover, it's best when in doubt, to discontinue the watch before mountain biking or vigorous ATV use that may produce sufficient concussion to damage or alter the functional state of your watch. Finally, it is important to remember that every fine timepiece, typically every 2 to 3 years, requires a comprehensive factory service. This can be done with the factory itself or at a Glashutte Original factory-authorized service center. It's important to service exclusively with these agencies as they have the trained personnel, specialized tooling, and original factory parts to protect the value of your watch as both instrument and as investment. Moreover, only authorized service centers are able to back all labor and parts invested with a Glashutte Original factory service warranty. Finally, visit our website at govbergwatches.com and call, text, or email our experts who will be happy to walk you through every phase of the ownership, including usage and maintenance of this or any Glashutte Original fine timepiece.